our Bolivia experience involved some intense traveling. And as we only had one day for the breathtaking natural setting of the Uyuni Salt Flats, we decided to take the overnight bus both in and out of the area in order to save some valuable time. The downside of this was that we arrived in Uyuni at 5:30 a.m. in the morning with only one breakfast place open, where all the backpackers and visitors then stranded, forming a bizarrely talkative and interesting bunch of instant friends at this early hour. When the sun finally came out and made being outside tolerable temperature-wise, Christina and I moved to a bench in this city in the middle of nowhere to kill time, meditated on the rising sun, and watched local life start around us. We had 3 hours to kill before our day expedition to the Salt Flats. And what better place to do this than being kids again on a playground at the outskirts of the city center. The first place we went to when the tour finally started was special. It was a train cemetery 3 kilometers outside of Uyuni, with massive trains sitting and rotting abandoned in the middle of this desert-like place. The rail lines were built by British engineers near the end of the 19th century, mostly for transporting minerals for the mining companies, and encouraged by the Bolivian government in order to have Bolivia flourish with a good transportation system. But it was also constantly sabotaged by the local Aymara indigenous Indians, who saw it as an intrusion into their lives and as a representation of foreign exploitation. The country's rich in history of other countries taking advantage of the country's rich resources, and the train route was therefore a constant threat in many locals' eyes. So in the 1940s, the mining industry collapsed and many trains were just abandoned, producing this train cemetery. It was a fascinating place where time had stood still with these giants rotting away, and it felt both disturbing and liberating at the same time to hear laughter and feel the excitement of people playing like kids on these structures that were left here to die so many decades ago. And on we went to the world's largest salt flat with more than 10,000 square kilometers covered in the white gold. The Salar de Uyuni is located in southwest Bolivia on the country's Altiplano region near the crest of the Andes, and it is so flat that the average elevation variations are within only 1 meter of the entire area. When we arrived in the middle of this desert, the views were so breathtaking and the energy of the place so special that we took quite a bit of time to just walk around, feel the wind and the sun in our face, and this really impressive natural setting that just overwhelmed us with its energy. As one of the biggest tourist attraction in the world, really, there was one place where visitors put down flags of their home countries. And although I unfortunately couldn't find the German one, I didn't have one on me either. So that has to be left for my next visit there. One of the reasons why the Uyuni Salt Flats are actually so popular in modern times is of its high Instagrammability, because the settings just give endless possibilities to amazing pictures, and also to using the wideness of this place for optical illusions that actually make for both some really, really funny pictures and for some videos that you can take playing with this illusion. Luckily, our local guide wasn't any short of ideas on how to play with this, so we as a group had a lot of fun experimenting with it. An amazing day slowly came to an end now while we were hiking on one of the natural islands in the middle of the salt flats. And while the lights were slowly going down and we were looking at the settings, we felt incredibly thankful to at least have this one day here in the Salar de Uyuni. We wish we would have had more time to explore even more, but the final sunset made up for really any negative feelings that we had towards the shortness of this trip. It was simply breathtaking. I very much hope that you enjoyed watching this video and being with us on our special day trip here in the Salar de Uyuni. And we're off to more adventures that take us through Bolivia and to Peru. So make sure you're following me on my YouTube channel and continue to be with us on our adventures here in South America. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you very, very soon.